right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And as you can see, the table's empty. Well, we can't bring in everything that we try. And there were some nice wines in this tasting with our friends from Bulletproof. And, well, I have to say, you know, a little expensive, some of them. But, I mean, good wine is expensive. We've got a lot of expensive wine here at the Wine Watch. Anyways, we started out with a little Gavi here, the Figini Gavi, Gavi di Gavi, produced by Roberto Bergaglione. Maybe I wrote that wrong down, I don't know. Anyways, it's formerly the winemaker at La Scolca Winery. He and his father left to start their own estate of 30 hectares. Bergaglione. Pronounce that. 100% Cortese like all Gavis. Anyways, made in their traditional style, stainless steel tanks, very bright and fresh. Good amount of that seashell kind of minerality that you get from this area. Kind of clay, white peach, pear fruit, some lemon blossom. Nice creamy texture on the palate. You get that from the minerality from this region here. That white tree fruit showing a little zesty lemon lime. Citrus on the palate, leaving the tongue salivating for food. An excellent Gavi at $23. I mean, it's not expensive for Gavi. I mean, you can find good Gavis for 15 to 20 bucks, but this one, really nice. The La Monacesca Verdicchio de Matelica. This one was excellent. You know, the first two whites, maybe my favorite wines of the tasting. A small estate from the Marche. This wine's produced from 35-year-old vines, and not your typical Verdicchio. It's a little richer in style. This one's been Tre Bicchiere in the Gambero Rosso for the last three vintages, only 2,200 cases produced. Has a nice richness, almost a honeyed character to the nose, apricot, orange blossom, kind of citrus there. Fairly rich wine on the palate with smooth and creamy texture. Nice dose of minerality on the finish too. Some fresh herbs, kind of orange peel note there. Nice complexity here. An excellent bottle of Verdicchio at $25.50. All right, and then the Nifo Sarapochiello Aglianico de Taburno. That is a tongue twister. But, you know, a good little wine. This wine just, you know, to me was really rustic on the nose, a little earthy, fresh plowed earth, dried meats, ton of dark cherry and plum fruit, a little licorice spice, but just a little light, just lacking a little definition to me also for Aglianico, which can be such a big and intense and concentrated wine. But $23.25. Not my favorite in the bunch, the Giuseppe Campagnola Valpolicella Ripasso. One of my favorite things, Valpolicella, wines from Verona. This wine is made with a Ripasso style where they pass the wine over. It goes through a secondary fermentation because there's still sugar and yeast left in the must from the Amarone after they crush the Amarone. So it happens 2 or 3 months after the harvest. So they've been making this wine since 1907. All estate bottled. Used to be a single vineyard wine, and this is the first finished wine without the single vineyard title, if those of you that follow Mr. Giuseppe Campagnolo. And a bit of a smoky note to the nose here, that blackberry, black cherry, liqueur-like fruit, sweet tobacco spice, some mocha notes. Bright and fresh on the palate, though, with a good amount of that dark berry fruit, some zesty acidity here, and soft tannins, and some nice dark spices showing up on the finish. Very good at under 20 bucks, $18.75. The Cairel Nebbiolo di Alba, Vigneto Raine. It's a single vineyard Nebbiolo produced by Enzo Rivetti, and good bit of fresh earth, some black truffle here, some dark cherry, brown spices, a good old world style, a little mushroomy and earthy. Just not, you know, didn't really do it for me at $27.50. I really do like Nebbiolo, entry-level Nebbiolo, though, from the Piedmont. Poderi Capesi San Savino Fedis. Jeez, man, this is another tongue twister. You know, you send wine to America, at least make it a little easier for us Americans to pronounce. Anyways, black licorice spice, some fresh earthy notes here to the dark cherry fruits and floral notes. Kind of bright and fresh style of Sangiovese, but a little bit short for me on the finish at $38.25. This is the Marche, folks. You can't sell wine that expensive from the Marche. Anyways, Angelo Sassetti, Pertimali, Brunello Montalcino, the brother of Livio Sassetti. Classic Brunello here. Fresh flavors, fresh earth rather, flowers, wild strawberry, mushroomy kind of notes there showing. Fairly ripe and forward though. That's this 2007 vintage though for me. Really fresh and sexy wine on the tongue. Really silky and lovely texture to this wine. Red berry fruit, some black tar notes. Some tannins coming through here on the finish, and a lot of spice. This wine needs some time, but really nicely balanced. You know, they released Brunello by law 5 years after the release. Hey, we're going to be showing our 2008s in just a few weeks, the new release. great vintages, even in not so great vintages, you know, they need a little bit more time still. All right, then the Cascina Bruni, Barolo, Bricco, Rosso. This is from the town of Serralunga de Alba. Giuseppe Velio is the winemaker. I wonder if he's related to Mauro Velio. A lot of people with the same last names in the Piedmont, probably related at one time. Anyways, a good amount of fresh earth, some classic tar, white truffles to the nose. You know, I love Barolo, Nebbiolo, some red cherry berry fruit, really rustic style, some dark cocoa spice, mocha notes, really elegant and balanced style of Barolo, firm tannins as Barolo does when it's young, and really nice earth and spice to the finish on this wine. Really good length and nice balance, excellent juice, at under 40 bucks. Another thing we like to find, Nebbiolo, Barolo especially, that's under $40 a bottle. Giuseppe Campagnola, Barolo, Amarone. This is the same producer we showed the Valpolicella. This wine was a little sharp, almost a little volatile, acidity-like on the nose, some balsamic-y brown spices, a hint of the sun-dried fruits, plums, cherry, and some of that Play-Doh-like minerality showing through on the nose that, to me, defines Amarone and the terroir there. Sweet plum, kind of dried cherry and plum fruit on the tongue there. Silky tannins as you get when you dry the grapes, kind of makes the tannins a little more accessible for me. Brown spices, good freshness, a little on the light side though for Amarone for me. I mean, I like the Valpolicella just as much, and you know, it's not that expensive, 45 bucks, but the Valpolicella is only $18.75. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friends from Bulletproof. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.